The Halloween TV series news reaction. Hello, I just thought I'd do an extra little quick video today just to kind of give my reaction to the latest news around the Halloween reboot. We knew recently that Blumhouse no longer have the rights to do the Halloween, thank God. It went to Miramax, and we've been waiting to hear what they're doing, and apparently they're developing a TV series. Now it's saying this TV series might be leading to more movies as well somehow or other, but apparently the TV series is on a fast track. So I just want to kind of give my reaction to this and my opinion of this, and on some of the things that they said as well. Now, the first kind of video that I watched on this on YouTube, because that's where I get most of my news these days, is YouTube. The first one didn't really explain everything. They just kind of said that it's going to be a TV series and it's going to be another new timeline. And the way they said it, like it's a complete reboot, that made it sound like it was going to be a complete reboot in the sense of the Rob Zombie movies. In other words, not even the original movie counts anymore. And my eyes immediately rolled back in my head, and I immediately went, don't give a fuck then. However, I then watched another video, and they kind of showed more of the article and more of the Miramax guy talking. And no, it's not that. The original movie, the original 78 classic, is still sacrosanct. It's still the heart, and that's what they're going back to. And that, my immediate response to that was being mollified and like, oh, okay, good. But then I kind of had like a PTSD flashback, because that was my initial response when we got the news about the 2018 movie. And look how that turned out. Let me explain. I love the Halloween movies. I'm a big horror fan. I love the Halloween movies. My problem is I really only like the 20th century ones. Of the 7 we got in the 20th century, I still don't like 6. I know some fans have tried to kind of revisionist history that as a masterpiece these days. I still think it's fucking awful. But of the original 7, I love the rest of them. I loved H2O. I was happy with that as being the end of the series. That seemed fine. Unfortunately, I have not liked a single Halloween-related movie in the 21st century. I thought Resurrection sucked, and I thought what it did to the previous movie sucked. The zombie ones were just zombie movies and had nothing whatsoever to do with the Halloween I'm a fan of. And then we got, after a long time after Halloween, the zombie Halloween 2, it was quite a long time, obviously. And we got the announcement they were doing another one. And then we got the announcement, no, it's not a zombie one. It's going back to the original timeline. And I was immediately interested and immediately excited. Okay, cool, excellent. And then we started getting things that made me very, really. I remember my heart kind of sinking when I heard that Jamie Lee Curtis was coming back, because to me that just seemed so redundant. It just seemed like, why? You know, what can they possibly do with her that they didn't already do in H2O? And as it turned out, nothing. They basically just did H2O again, only worse and nonsensical. And again, my problem with it, one of my biggest problems with that as well as the fact that half of her story was just copied and pasted from H2O, was the fact that they were only keeping the original as canon and not even counting Halloween 2. So they removed the sibling relationship. And of course, I know there's been a lot of fan whining about that over the years. So the idea was, they're doing this whiny fan service thing of cutting that out, so Michael just goes back to being the seemingly random killer that he was in the first one, where he's just going after anyone he feels like it. But then why is fucking Laurie in the movie at all? Other than to give Jamie Lee Curtis a paycheck. To me, these two things just cancelled each other out. It just made no sense. why Jamie Lee Curtis was in these movies, other than the fact that she was Jamie Lee Curtis, when Laurie was no longer his main target and nemesis and sister. She was just some bint that happened to get lucky, and he didn't even give a shit. She'd spent like 40 years terrified of him breaking out, even though for some reason she still lived in the same place, and he was literally in prison. He was literally in an asylum like 2 miles down the road. You'd think you'd move, wouldn't you? At least the H2O Laurie had the wit to, for move halfway across the fucking country and change her name. This silly bint stays in the same town like 5 miles away for some reason, even though she's supposedly terrified of him, even though it was a purely random kill and he didn't really give a fuck anyway. I could not make sense of those things. Those two things, they were both fan service, but they were both fan service that effectively cancelled each other out to me, and it just made no fucking sense. And I remember going into 2018 kind of half and half, wanting to give it a chance, wanting to like it, because it had been like 20 years since I'd liked a Halloween movie at that point. And I remember just kind of my engagement ebbing and flowing throughout. There were some bits I was engaged with, sometimes not so much. And then during the climax with Laurie in the house, it was like somebody just let all the air out of the tire, and I was just like, you know what? I think I've seen this movie before. It was 20 years ago, and it was better than this one. And honestly, the more I thought about it afterwards, the more and more I disliked 2018. Kills, I rented on a streaming service a year after it came out. I think I was desperate, and I was like, it's a Halloween movie. How bad can it be? I think I lasted about an hour before I turned it off. It was unbelievably fucking shit. And I never even bothered with Halloween Ends. That whole timeline just, I don't like it. It's fucking rubbish. I'm sorry. There's not been a good Halloween movie since H2O. I'm sorry. So this, again, there's a part of me that thinks maybe we should just leave Halloween, as much as I love the original movies, there's a part of me that just thinks, what are they gonna do? Because it's like they're going back to the original movie. The original movie is still canon in this new timeline, this new timeline. It's like, okay, well that's good, but it's like, well, what can they do with that? They're not going to bring Jamie Lee Curtis back again. Are they going to do a recast Laurie? I mean, Laurie doesn't necessarily even need to be in there again. If again they're retconning the sibling stuff, there's no reason why that character even has to be there. So that's fine, I guess. But then again, if it's back in the original timeline and it's like late 70s or early 80s or whatever, well, Loomis would need to be there, even if Laurie didn't. But Donald Pleasance is dead, so we're going to have a recast, are we? Which immediately gets my back up and throws my suspension of disbelief out the window. I don't know. And the fact that it's a TV series, I mean, the modern TV series method of dragging, a story that would pass for 90 minutes out over 10 hours. I'm being incredibly boring. I mean, I'm dubious enough about the Friday the 13th TV series. These movies are meant to be like, these things are meant to be like 90-minute little thrill rides that scare you and make you jump. TV series, really? I don't know. Anyway, this is my initial reaction. I guess, like as a Halloween fan, it's almost like the same place I am as a Doctor Who fan, in that I love the originals. I don't really give a shit about the modern stuff, and I haven't really given a shit for quite a long time now. And my kind of instinctive fandom loyalty makes me prick up and pay attention to certain things, and yet, has it passed the point where I'm ever going to give a shit again? Doctor Who, I think, certainly has. Halloween, I don't know. I'd love to see a Halloween movie that I actually like. I really would. I'd love to see some new Halloween, because I still love the originals. I still watch the originals regularly and thoroughly enjoy them. I have not liked the fact that I have not liked anything they've done this century. And again, again, we're going back to the original timeline. Okay, but you did that once already, and it sucked. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I don't know. I'm really on the fence about this. All you can say is I'll you'll keep your ears open and see how it develops and maybe give it a chance. I don't know. I just don't know if they're not just beating a dead horse at this moment. I guess we'll see. I mean, I imagine that the Friday the 13th thing will come out before this, so maybe if they can pull that off, this could be decent. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to do an extra little quick video just to talk about this because, well, I want to do more horror vids and I want to do more vids in general. And I just found this something that I wanted to talk about because I love Halloween. The franchise has not been in the greatest state for me for a very long time, and I just don't know whether they can pull it back, even though I want them to in a way, but I just don't know if they can at this point. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye for now.